Hi class, we're just going to take a few minutes and look at the cause-effect analysis essay. I want to share with you some ideas and some ways to help you get started in brainstorming for your upcoming essay. So let's go. All right, so we're going to take a closer look at what is cause-effect. So here are the definitions that cause and effect include. So the first one is a cause is really something that produces an event or a condition, and the effect is actually the result of it. So if I'm going to just give you a simple example of, I ate some sushi last night and then I was in the bathroom for 45 minutes, 1 hour later, I might be able to make some conclusions about, whether or not the cause of my going to the bathroom was specifically the sushi. So that's just one simple example. So the reason why we look at cause effect is to really make determinations about various phenomena and their relationship to one another. So we can make a lot of relationships in terms of why things are, why things exist, or maybe even the results of one event to the next. So here's just a simple example of why flashlights might not work. And so you can look at, maybe it's the battery, maybe it's the bulb, maybe it's the switch, maybe it's the wiring. All of these are directly correlated to why the flashlight might not work. So when we think about topics for cause and effect, there are a variety of places that you can certainly look over the internet, but I just kind of summarized looking in the past and then looking currently. So historically and current topics. So historically, we can look at, wars and conflicts, but we can also look at social issues. So I've listed just a few there on racism, poverty, and the opioid addiction, which isn't necessarily historical, but we can look at some past events that have happened to contribute to the addiction. Currently, I've listed several different topics, some on health and wellness, some on relationships, some on, habits such as smoking. And so I want you to take a closer look and do some investigating on your own on some popular topics or topics that interest you. And then here we can look at cause effect from another lens, whether it's looking at negative correlation or even optimistic correlation. So I'll give you a moment just to look over some of those topics. So now let's talk a little bit more about the brainstorming behind the actual cause effect. I would have loved for this graphic to go left to right, but I couldn't find one exactly how I wanted it. So here we look at perhaps some factors which are noted in yellow, the actual reasons or bigger, larger categories of maybe somebody showing up late to work. And then as we look at some of those reasons or some of those causes under those categories noted in the blue area, you've got a whole list of them related to that particular category. And they all funnel into reasons why this particular person was late for work. This is called the fishbone model, and it's sometimes used in business, but for the purposes of this particular essay, we can generate a lot of ideas in broader categories, which can then go into topic sentences and evidence and research, all calculating into the final effect. So here is a blank version of the fishbone model. So you will be using this as part of your engagement in this first workshop. So I look forward to seeing what you come up with.